Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our 80th episode of Dr. Smith Live. Really charged up on this one. The title from your emails is Energy Medicine, the New Frontier, Why Frequencies Are More Efficient in Healing. As Tesla's quote really nails it, he said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So some of the areas that we're going to be talking about is why diagnostic testing based on frequencies are more accurate than blood testing, how remote treatment can be accomplished with scalar waves, and why Nikola Tesla's discovery of scalar waves has revolutionized medical treatment, and how remedies can actually be accessed via your smartphone 24/7 to anyone, anywhere, at any time. So welcome to the show. There's a lot of powerful information that I want to share, and that's what life's all about. Leave it a little bit better than where you found it. So, energy medicine was coined by three researchers who gathered at Boulder, Colorado in the late 1980s. It's defined as any energetic or informational interaction with a biological system to bring back homeostasis or balance to the organism. So why is energy medicine different than standard medicine being practiced today? Well, energy medicine's paradigm is the direct opposite of what allopathic or traditional medicine stands for. Allopathic medicine focuses on treating symptoms, whereas energy medicine focuses on the terrain or the underlying cause of the problem. The basis for this holistic approach to healing dates back to the 1860s when Anton Béchamp stated that when the terrain of the body becomes toxic, illness appears. Traditional medicine does not factor in the condition of the body. It just prescribes a pill for every ill. Just because labs come back without any red flags doesn't mean you're in an optimal place health-wise. And oftentimes, you can feel that something is not right. Traditional Western medicine practicing doctors will usually move on once the lab proves nothing is wrong. But the truth is, health looks different on everyone. Most reference ranges for lab values are based on the current adult population, with more than half, it's actually 60% of the population has one chronic illness. So by taking averages from a group that includes unhealthy, sick individuals, are those normal ranges really normal at all? A blood test will not pick up, and you will get a false sense that you're well. So in other words, if something's trapped in the tissues or an organ, your blood test is not going to show that. So you're getting a false sense of an illusion that you're healthy. It's unbelievable. So, if you ask 99% of the people out there in society, they'll tell you that they have had a blood test and their doctor looked at it and told me everything was normal. Dysfunction is the result of some toxin trapped within an organ or concentrated in a tissue. A small sample taken from your blood will not reveal anything that's trapped, whether it be heavy metals, glyphosate, dioxin, viruses, vaccines, and their adjuvants. So it's really archaic and obsolete, what's being practiced today. The use of frequencies to heal had its origin with Dr. Royal Raymond Rife's research back in the 1930s. Dr. Rife invented a special light microscope, which enabled him to determine the mortal oscillatory frequency of any pathogen. By rotating a prism, he discovered that the pathogen would explode when the exact color of the rotated prism matched that of the specimen. He then partnered up with Lee DeForest, who was the inventor of the vacuum tube, and he produced a functional generator. This device was capable of broadcasting specific frequencies from a gas-filled bulb. Once a diagnosis was made from the Rife microscope, the patient was treated with the frequencies. In 1934, a scientific study which included medical doctors and pathologists, was conducted under the auspices of the University of Southern California. 16 terminal ill cancer patients were treated with the right frequencies. 14 of the 16 cancer patients were cured in 3 months. The other 2 were cured with additional frequency treatment for 6 weeks. Despite the 100% cure rate, Dr. Rife was never given acknowledgement for his accomplishment. Because the revenues generated by the cancer industry are so great, every effort has been made to suppress the truth about Dr. Royal Raymond Rife's work. This fact is evident when one reviews the so-called fact checkers, their statements and their propaganda and their articles. And I'm quoting now, no reliable evidence that Rife machines cure cancer. There is no evidence that vibrational frequencies from Rife machines can cure cancer. This and other similar statements represent medicine's propaganda machine to dissuade the public from seeking out this form of cancer treatment and for other medical issues. Interestingly, peer-reviewed scientific literature exists that substantiates the efficacy of using frequencies to destroy pathogens. One such citation is the Journal of Modern Physics, Volume 11, Number 12, December 2020. Viruses and other microbes can be inactivated in a selective way by subjecting them to an oscillating electric field of adequate frequency. The abstract of this article goes on to state that we proved that total destruction of the virus occurred by rupturing its membrane coating. The worldwide coronavirus pandemic, the phony baloney pandemic, the constant threat of unpredictable mutations, and the now available explanation should make it obvious that biophysical methods cannot be ignored anymore. The problem with society worldwide is that we are taught from the time we are children to utilize chemicals to treat disease. From the time we are conscious, we are told, see your doctor if you don't feel well. We are told this mantra thousands of times a year and year in and year out until the day we die. What an incredible exercise in brainwashing. In addition to this manipulation, the public has also been prevented from being exposed to real effective cancer treatment. Dr. Morris Fishbein was installed as the editor of the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, from 1924 to 1950. Dictated by the pharmaceutical cartel, he was instructed to prevent the inclusion of alternative research from being included in the Index Medicus. This suppression prevented any researcher from locating valuable information. Fortunately, there are medical pioneers today that are exposing the truth about frequencies and their benefits in healing. In 2013, Dr. Anthony Holland, a music professor, was able to demonstrate the use of resonance frequencies to shatter cancer cells. In a TED Talk presentation, he used 2 tuning forks that were tuned to the note A, which an orchestra tunes to. The vibrations produced by these tuning forks produced 440 hertz. Dr. Holland discovered that one can change the frequency of a biological living crystal. In essence, he was verifying Rife's 1930s research. He also established the fact that pulsed frequencies avoid the production of heat, which damages cells. In addition, he discovered that in order to kill cancer cells, one must use 2 frequencies, one high and one low, and that the high frequency must be 11 times larger than the low frequency. It's what musicians call the 11th harmonic. Use of the 11th harmonic causes pathogens to shatter like a crystal glass. Dr. Holland discovered that cancer cells are vulnerable between the frequencies of 100,000 hertz and 300,000 hertz. This technology was available back in the early 1930s, but suppressed by Big Pharma, AMA, and the FDA. And I've actually corresponded with Dr. Holland, and he's very open-minded. And I told him about some of the discoveries that I put together. I gave him some links from my cancer docuseries to view, and he seems very, very receptive. So we're going to continue our dialogue, and you never know where it's going to take you. But I want to introduce them to our biophoton pen, which is a pretty amazing technology based on frequencies. So anyway, in 1987, I was introduced to the Rife technology by my chiropractor. Excuse me. At the time, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. The pathology report following a lumpectomy revealed that a margin was missed and that the cancer cells still remained. So during the 2 months following the initial surgery, my wife treated herself with Rife frequencies plus nutritional support. The pathology report after the second surgery revealed no cancer cells. So where did they go? Cancer cells just don't disappear. In reality, they revert back to normal cells once the splinters or initiator causative factors are removed. Another case in point, also verifying the efficacy of Rife frequencies, a woman from Detroit was referred to me because her biopsy confirmed the diagnosis of breast cancer. My evaluation revealed mercury in the cancerous tissue, along with other toxins. The patient was recommended to have her mercury fillings removed, nutritional support, and Rife frequencies to be used to address the cancer. Interestingly, 2.5 months later, the patient panicked and had her breast removed. The pathology report came back and stated that there was no cancer present anywhere in the breast. These two incidences convinced me that frequencies really, really work. There are other modalities and sources to obtain treatment with frequencies. Full spectrum light from the bioptron is an excellent source that a person can purchase and use at home. I have photographic documentation showing a large basal cell cancer literally being pushed out of a person's forearm as a result of 2 20-minute daily treatments over a 3-week period. In addition to full spectrum light, there are lasers that emit specific wavelengths for pain and healing. Dr. Stanley Nye and myself have developed a biophoton pen, which emits 4 proprietary frequencies. 2 frequencies heal the DNA, 1 is for detox, and the 4th is a general healing frequency. This device is very effective for pain relief and reducing inflammation. Interestingly, I spoke to Stanley today, and he was telling me that he's actually had cancer tumors shrinking dramatically with the use of our pen. So that's pretty impressive. Possibly with Dr. Holland's research with microscopy, we can document this under the microscope. There are also infrared diodes that can stimulate production of neurons in the brain when applied through the ears. There are even bandage-type materials that can be impregnated with healing frequencies. Even one's eyeglasses can be imprinted, enabling the frequencies to enter the body through the eyes and literally heal the body from the inside out, because the frequencies, when they come through the lens, go through the optic nerve into your brain, down your spinal cord, and heal the body from the inside out. I know this for a fact because my secretary, Christine, had nerve damage from an attack of shingles about 2-3 years ago. And after I imprinted her crucifix with healing frequencies and scalar waves, a month later, the pain in her leg and damage to the nerve totally disappeared. She had to wear a lidocaine patch every day for the discomfort. So anything you put into your aura literally affects your whole body. So it's a pretty amazing technology, and I'm impressed. It's really exciting to see this firsthand. Energy medicine also offers very sophisticated computerized diagnostic systems that standard medicine is unfamiliar with. Diagnosing with a frequency-based system ingeniously matches known frequencies of pathogens, toxins, heavy metals, etc., from a large database with the frequencies derived from taking holographic images from hair, saliva, blood, or urine sample. A system such as the CyberScan, which we use extensively in our practice, not only diagnoses the presence of specific pathogens, chemicals, heavy metals, mental and emotional issues, and etc., but categorizes them on a percentage basis at what energy level it occurs. So, for example, if glyphosate shows up at a 98% level and it shows a level 3, it denotes that the herbicide, glyphosate, is present in the physical realm at a high concentration. In addition, we also look for clusters of substances present. So, for example, if parasites show up 5 or 6 times in the evaluation, the patient has a major issue and it must be dealt with immediately. In addition to diagnosing from a database of over 135,000 known frequency signatures, the cyberscan can broadcast the healing frequencies to the patient no matter where they are on this planet, because it captures your DNA signature. And it's like calling your cell phone. No one else's cell phone rings, only yours. And the reason for that is because the DNA signature only affects your body, even though we're broadcasting these signals worldwide. Pretty amazing technology and very ingenious. So approximately 9 months ago, one of our patient's husband was seriously ill with COVID, and he was in the hospital for treatment. He was scheduled to remain there for 2 weeks. Even though we never met the husband, we were able to capture his DNA signature and holographic energy field from a photograph that his wife brought into us. After just 1 week of remote treatment, the patient was discharged and had an uneventful recovery. We have many such examples of successful outcomes that cannot be accidental. So this technology is probably 50 years ahead of what traditional medicine is putting out there. And the average physician today, unfortunately, is 20 years behind today's research. So they don't have a clue what the heck's available and what's really going on. The cyberscan technology also has the ability to clone the energetic pattern of vitamins, minerals, homeopathics, and even prescription drugs. I personally take a Westroid, and I imprinted the frequency from the actual prescription medication into water. I take this every day, and I don't have to take the pills anymore. So I know it works personally, and I used it with many, many patients, and it's the real deal. I know from personal clinical experience that this technology works. The FDA shut down the company that was producing the prescription drug called Westroid. I've been taking thyroid hormone for over 52 years and found myself in a real crisis because I couldn't get access to the thyroid medication. I literally cloned the frequency from the actual pill and imprinted it into water. This technology has enabled me to function at a high mental and physical level. Another example occurred when a good friend of mine consulted me regarding his Armour thyroid medication, which he stated was not working for him. I electronically erased the original frequency of the Armour thyroid prescription from his pills because he spent $180. He said, what the heck am I supposed to do with all these pills? Flush them down the toilet? I said, no. I said, Sherwood, come on over to the office and we'll try something. And I imprinted the frequency of Westroid into his remaining pills. 3 days later, he called me and he stated he has never remembers feeling so darn good. We also use this technology to imprint the frequencies of vitamins in water when a child or an adult cannot swallow supplements. I recently had a 4-year-old little girl who had severe rashes on her buttocks and back of her legs from a vaccination reaction. None of the medical doctors could resolve her issue. In just 1 month of taking the imprinted water, her rashes dramatically improved. In reality, it's the frequencies of the vitamins, herbs, or drugs that are causing the physiologic reaction in the body. So why not eliminate the middleman? This is the basis for my recently put up website called frequencyshop.co. Frequency Shop site offers anyone healing frequencies from 3 different subscription memberships. These healing frequencies are available 24/7 to anyone, anywhere, at any time at a reasonable cost. So frequencies are the basis of the entire universe. They can be used to rebalance cells, organs, and tissues of the body. The programs can be used in the following ways. You can view the actual screen like you're viewing me now and get the effect. You can imprint a glass of water and drink for rapid internal healing, because the frequencies will dissipate through your entire body instantaneously. You can imprint your eyeglasses. Looking through the lenses will impart healing within the body. Imprint a necklace, a watch, a ring, gemstones. I use a jade donut that I imprint with healing frequencies, and I wear it every day. And I have one jade donut in each pocket. And in Oriental medicine, 3 is one of the magic numbers in healing. So if you have acupuncture points that you're treating, you treat 3 points on the same meridian, you get a turbocharged result from the actual treatment. You can actually imprint it on clothing also. So clinical evidence has shown that placing healing frequencies into one's aura will affect the entire body. So I've devised this Tesla energy card that has a magnetic strip on the reverse side. We can custom imprint any healing program into it. You put this in your pocket with the magnetic strip facing inward, and it heals you. When I go to a restaurant, I take the water and I put it on the magnetic strip and I drink it, and I'm getting the healing frequencies. Plus, it also helps to neutralize any toxins, if there's possible chlorine in there or fluoride or other pesticides or herbicides. And so the water that I'm drinking is electronically cleansed and purified. Amazing technology. So basically our silver plan, which has 18 healing frequencies, includes such things as Vanish. It's an immune booster. If you had to go out and purchase all the ingredients that are in Vanish, it would be something like $1,147. We have a topical formula called Pain Away. We have an internal pain formula called Pain Away 2. We have detoxification frequencies for ozone, anti-aging, which were made from very, very expensive skin lotions from France. We have allergy remedy, silica, which every cell in the body has a computer chip, and the silica helps to restore that. I've even cloned ivermectin, which is great for COVID. I've also cloned hydroxychloroquine. We call it quantum chloroquine. This stuff works, people. It's not hairy-fairy or theoretical. We have infrared frequencies. We have frequencies for bleeding gums, improving short-term memory, long-term memory, healing your stomach, your intestines, and we have a program for clearing. So if you imprint your glasses and you accidentally lay them down next to your phone, or they get contaminated from a router, you can use the clearing program to wipe out the toxic frequency in the object and then reinstall, like a software program, so to speak, the new healing frequencies back in the object. And for those people that sign up, we give them a bonus of the immune boosting and energy maximizing frequency, which can be used for COVID or any influenza. And that's like $19.95 a month. Our goal plan includes everything that's present, the 18 healing frequency programs from the silver plan, plus stress release, vitamin C from food-based source, mental clarity, new sleep aid, arthritis program, general tiredness, frequencies for acne, chronic fatigue, severe chronic fatigue, detox glyphosate, congestive heart failure, chemtrail detox, shingles, parasites, serotonin, core maca gold, which is kind of a nice little lift me up. You don't need Starbucks coffee. These herbal formulas are very, very effective. And quantum thyroid, which I take every day. And full spectrum vitamin K, resveratrol, which is a real powerful antioxidant that you get in red wine, nattokinase, which is an anti-inflammatory. It's also effective against cancer. Humic and fulvic acids, which literally detox glyphosate, and it helps to alkalize you with 24 trace minerals, and melatonin, which helps you to sleep, and it's the most powerful antioxidant that the human body produces by itself. L-arginine, which increases nitric oxide production in the body, glutathione, which the liver absolutely needs to detox any chemical or virus or other poisons in the body. Evening primrose oil, which is really helpful for healing and boosting the immune system. CoQ10, cat's claw, which is very effective against cytomegalovirus. vitamin A from beef lipids, not fish oil. And we have herpes 2 plus, which is effective against the herpes virus. And that's like $49.95 per month. And our platinum program includes not only the silver and the gold, but also immune booster for cancer, sleep like a baby formula, curcumin, hypothyroidism program, hypoadrenia for fatigue program, universal frequency for manifestations, heal DNA program, heal mental, heavy metal detox program, adaptogen program to help your adrenals get back into a state of health and regenerate the liver. We have CoQ10 supplement program and human growth hormone for males and females. And if you had to go to a conventional medical doctor and get injections of HGH, it would be $1,000 to $5,000 a month for their program from a legitimate source. And you're getting it for next to nothing. We have Herbal C, which is a fantastic detox for cancer. It has 16 different herbal formulas in there, herbs, which have been proven clinically to be effective against cancer. Testosterone replacement, progesterone replacement, migraine headache program, and a COVID treatment program. And we also have our bonus biophoton program, which Stanley and I developed, and that's available in our platinum program. And also we give you another bonus for a calming program, and that's $79.95 per month. So we also, if you go to frequencyshop.co, we have frequency asked questions. So give you an example of some of the questions that are there is how long do I have to apply the frequency program? The most effective exposure is to imprint a bottle of spring water and drink it throughout the day. In addition to drinking the energy charged water, it's recommended that you expose the thymus gland, which is right by your chest bone here, for 1 minute, and also drink the imprinted water. The imprinted water will immediately disseminate the frequencies throughout the entire body and produce a more effective result. The exception to this recommendation applies to the use of a detox program. 2 ounces of imprinted water should be used in the morning only. You can if you're really sick, you may want to try it twice a day, but this is designed to avoid potential adverse Herxheimer reactions. Why is another frequently asked question, why is scalar energy so beneficial in healing the body? Because scalar energy helps to repair your DNA, neutralize the toxic frequencies of heavy metals, pathogens, viruses, bacteria, fungi, and so forth, and chemicals. And lastly, it stimulates stem cells to repair the body. The last question, the example that I'm giving you is, are there any precautions using the imprinted water? Yes, keep the water bottle away from any strong magnets, cell phones, computers, routers, microwave ovens, or other electrical devices. Water will be imprinted by any ambient EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, and contaminate the water. I cringe when I drive home and I view the water towers, which have all these cell towers on top of it. And the water that you're drinking is getting imprinted with toxic EMFs. So these people have no clue what the hell they're doing. So anyway, that's basically my little presentation for the night. And hopefully you've gleaned some good information from frequencies. This is the secret to the universe. And Nikola Tesla was 100% right. It's the frequencies that stimulating the physiologic reaction in the body. And it's not the pill, it's not the food, it's not the homeopathic remedy. It's the frequency that these matrices are carrying into the body. So, Jared, do we have any interesting questions from our group? Freddie, where have you been? I missed you. You don't love me anymore. I haven't seen you in such a while. I need a few energy cards. The frequency shop doesn't allow you to order individual cards. You're right. You can call the office. Food cards, regular cards. Is there a way to order? Yeah, just call the office, 800-272-2323. That's 800-272-2323. We custom make cards for people. We literally can test. If you send us a digital photograph of yourself, of your face, I literally can test from that to determine the best programs to imprint for you. So great question. I'm sure other people are wondering the same thing. Should you take both D3 and S-Trek or S-Trek only? D3, absolutely, 100%. Most people are deficient. Unfortunately, the lateral meridian that goes around the Earth, I think it's a 40 at 40 parallel. When you're above it, like living in Pennsylvania and above, the sun is not strong enough to give you enough exposure to produce adequate amounts of D3. That is an interesting trivia bit of information that I picked up from Sherry Tenpenny. The S-Trek is vegetable-based, and it's anti-inflammatory. It helps to dissolve out the plaque in your blood vessels and your brain and your organs. I take it every day. Absolutely. It's Sunoco racing fuel. You're not going to overdose. I even sprinkle a little bit on my cat food when I feed them I feed them every day, but I give them the oils maybe once or twice a week. The animals need this stuff too. So it's exciting when you know how to tweak the body. Margot, nice hearing from you. What are causes for lack of a gag reflex when it was present before? Possible trauma, cranial distortions that can distort the neurology of the swallowing mechanism. But after COVID, not vaxxed, but after COVID, I feel this happened. Well, you could be picking up the shedding from those who were vaxxed. Something feels off. Yeah, more than likely, I'd probably bet my diploma, Stephanie, that you have cranial distortions. And can frequency help me? I need to visit you. Yeah, well, basically, if it's a structural issue, you need a hands-on approach to correct that. And if you have a shedding issue, you may have to get diagnosed to see, is it one of the adjuvants from the vaccine, like polysorbital 80 or an antibiotic or graphene oxide, or the actual vaccine itself. So the key in the whole equation is you must diagnose the splinters, and then you can address the issue with proper treatment. Great question, Stephanie. Let's see. What healing modality would you pick if you could choose one for a career? The jackpot at the casino. That would be the best healing modality. Makes you happy all the time. Now, all kidding aside. It depends on what your budget is. From my clinical experience of over 52 years, I would say that the CyberScan modality, even though it's about $25,000 or $27,000, is one of the best modalities out there because it's so versatile. I can clone frequencies. I can make custom remedies. I can transmit healing frequencies to patients anywhere in the world. You can do 500 patients simultaneously, each with a custom program. You can make a good assessment. So it's an investment, but it'll bring you back royalties. I have 2 units in my office because we're just so inundated from patients literally from all over the world now once they learn of the technology that we have to offer. So that's the one big thing. It's not a magic bullet, but it brings you into the ballpark to determine what magic bullets to use on these people. There's other less expensive units like Zyto and stuff like that, but it's not as versatile. My philosophy is if you have to save up, it's worthwhile to deter it for a while, but get the best of the best because it won't become obsolete. That's the key. Now, as far as a CyberScan, Dieter, I think, is trying to sell the company, or if he can, he may discontinue production. So if you are in the market to try to get one, I'd recommend you do it sooner than later. So great question. Healing, there's many, many healing modalities, but this has fantastic diagnostic capabilities plus unbelievable, incredible healing. So you get the best of both worlds. follow-up from my last question. So you have a good ways to diagnose cranial. Yeah, basically, I do a hands-on. I'm the first guy in the world to come up with 5 cranial indicators, and literally in 30 seconds, I can tell you what your 3-dimensional distortion is of your cranium. It's non-invasive. It's extremely accurate. I've been using it since 95, I think, 1995. Or we'll have to have some scans. No, you don't need scans. They're only 2-dimensional. Even if you use a 3D analysis, you need hands-on. And it's non-invasive, and it's extremely accurate. When I do my orthopedics and orthodontics, I use it all the time. Planning to visit you so we can get into this. Yeah, if you don't correct the cranium, the neurological output is distorted. And, we see unbelievable, phenomenal results with people that have been traumatized. And, it changes their life, literally. I had one guy had post-concussion syndrome for 21 years, 9 months, resolved it in one visit. 21 years, 9 months. Mayo Clinic couldn't resolve them. Mayo Clinic, University of Pennsylvania couldn't figure it out. Johns Hopkins couldn't figure it out. I fixed them in one visit. So best frequency for dental, teeth, and gum issues. Well, you want the frequencies of the nutrients like food-based vitamin C, vitamins A, C, and bioflavonoids. Good quality protein from whole body collagen, vitamin D, and the oils, the essential oils that Peskin talks about. You can use clinician's preference. I literally take both every day, or the Easy Trek, which is even more potent, especially for clearing out any clogged capillaries in your brain and organs. So, I'm going to be 80 years old come April. So I'm basically using every tool that I can get my hands on to reverse my aging process. And, you can sleep in the freezer. That also help your gums too. They won't bleed when they're cold. Well, kidding aside. But so the key is the teeth and the gums are part of the whole alimentary canal. So whatever is going on in your intestines is being reflected up into your gums. So if you got bleeding gum problems and swollen gums, you have intestinal problems, and you're going to have to address that also. So that's the key, is you want to cleanse out the toxic bacteria. If you have any parasites, got to get rid of that. Heal the gut lining with the clinician's preference. Reimplant healthy microbiome, and get good raw foods in your diet. And you'll see, as you clean out your intestines, your gums are actually going to start to heal up too. So don't think allopathically of, the symptoms here, so that must be where the cause is. Not always. In a high percentage of cases, the source of the problem is removed from the site of the symptomatology. Where are we now? Let's see. Daniel Murphy, you've disappeared from us. Great to hear from you tonight. Just checking in. Thank you. I've been getting recurrent cold sores. Guess what? That's indicative of a lack of calcium in the tissue. And so you need a good form of calcium, which I like orotate, to rapidly get absorbed into your bloodstream. And the oils help as a diffuser, pushing the minerals into your cells, which counteract the viruses. So when you get herpes, it's telling you that you're lacking calcium in the cells, which keep the virus under control. Also, lysine prevents arginine, which is a spreading factor for the viruses. So I think it may have related to yeast pockets in the intestines, probably colon. So again, food based diatomaceous earth, it'll scrub your intestines like no other approach. You do it for 90 days. Start off with a teaspoon for a week, and then up into a tablespoon with 12 ounces of water first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. It kills parasites, absorbs poisons, and scrubs the lining of the wall. And then you need Peskin's oil to repair the cell membrane and get a good probiotic. I hear that could be related to heavy metal. We all have heavy metal toxicity. So I'm thinking metal detox to pull the splinters out. Yeah, you basically have to cleanse the walls of the mucus plaque and we all 50% of the population has parasites. You want to clean that out. Clean out the lymphatics, the liver, the kidneys. Reimplant healthy cells in your lining with your oils, and you'll see your energy level go way up. Since I've been taking the Easy Trek, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm energized and I feel really good. You don't need 8 hours of sleep. The longer you need to sleep, it's indicative of toxicity. The more toxic you are, the more sleep you need to cleanse your liver and your body. The healthier you are and the more energetic nutrients you put in your body, you don't need the 8 hours. So glad to have you back on board, Daniel, and I'm happy to be here to try to help people. It's a real craziness out there. Are you a fan of shockwave type therapies like the device Softwave makes? If at all possible, I'm not a fan of traumatizing the body. Although I have a unit at home called a pulsed magnetic therapy machine, which has huge copper coils, and you put it over an area of dysfunction, and it has a capacitor, and you get rapid discharge, and you can literally feel the pulse in the area. So I do use it, periodically, but as a whole, I'd like to whisper to the body, be gentle. That's all. So, Jared, if that's so great. So, thank you so much for watching. Please check in with frequencyshop.co. Check on icnr.com. We have over 180 case studies. Also, I got the analytics on the Cancer docuseries. The TV station that worked with me to produce it was shocked. We had over 107,000, I think it was 107,432 views, which it blew them away. They got so many inquiries from hospitals, from medical doctors, even MD Anderson and Netflix even contacted them. They wanted more medical docuseries. So I literally contracted with them. I'm going to do a second docuseries called Energy Medicine, The New Frontier. And anyway, I'm excited about doing it. I think it's going to shake up a lot of people, and that's what it's all about. So again, thank you for watching. Tune in next week. Not sure what topic we're going to have. If you have any suggestions, send me an email. I think info@icnr.com or ghsdoc@icnr.com, and we'll take it under advisement. So again, thank you so much for watching. This is healing. This is the future of medicine, and the people are going to push the issue. So God bless. See you next week.